Oh, two hosts. So Jesse Quill and Leah2, two wonderful streamers. I think they are in the channel. But let me, you know what? Let's load up this. Let's load up the game at least, and I will give the I'll give the proper shout outs, and then we'll you know, we'll do the gameplay thing. I actually should give some introduction to this game as well, because I was given access to it quite some time ago, and I'm digesting a lot of these promo keys. I was really excited to get this one. I wasn't expecting to get a Devolver title, but I really appreciate the fact that they let me have a shot with it. And I kind of regret not being able to get to it faster, but obviously I've been working with the fact that I moved across country. So guys, before we go any further, let me just tone down the game a little bit so you can hear me. The game won't let me sort of have the audio up while I'm out of the window. So let me just shout out, hello T. Clark, I saw your message, but you can understand why I didn't reply right away. But I do really appreciate your words. Okay, so I just gave you some links inside a chat there. Let me explain why these are two really wonderful streamers to watch. So Jesse Quill is a very dear friend of mine. She's really one of the first people who I kind of connected with on Twitch. And she also was one of the early people to watch the stream and kind of give me some encouragement, and particularly pointing out some of my vocal qualities. And she really encouraged me to develop them, to keep going with it. Really gave me some of the best advice I've gotten for streaming, something that really still informs it, the cast to this day. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the microphone so I can not slouch. She is somebody who... She's somebody who, in addition to playing a really great diversity of games, and has done some really interesting stuff on creative as well, she's somebody who I have common cause with, because we both have our academic interest, her psychology, mine economics, and yet we both sort of see gaming and streaming as a bit of a vehicle through which we can sort of explore these ideas, but in a way that sort of resonates with the audience. I don't think most people here would necessarily really like just opening up an economics textbook and reading it, but when we put it in the context, especially of like a strategy game or something like, you know, Civilization, Crusader Kings, something like that, it really works. And I mean, she's been playing the BioShock series now, which has such a wonderful story and such interesting characters that she's been really making it work. So in that sense, I mean, the other thing that I really say about streaming is, the great thing about streaming is that it is really the best interactive medium. Radio definitely has a level of intimacy to it, and TV has actually attempted to do some more interactive things. And I think streaming is really where that finally kind of found its best form, and I think Jesse Quill does such a wonderful job of that herself. Not to be outdone is Leah2, a Finnish streamer, easily the most diverse streamer that I've seen on Twitch. He'll do everything from haircutting to programming. He does play games. He's a beast at Nuclear Throne. He does the occasional Crusader Kings game. Has a great love and passion for some of the more modern RPG titles. So I'm thinking things, you know, something in the Baldur's Gate vein, and of course that would entail games like Divinity. Actually, I don't know if he's done Divinity, but I know he's definitely done Pillars of Eternity, which he really enjoyed. So both of these are absolutely fine recommendations. I strongly encourage you guys to check them out. I know my hosts are sometimes hit or miss, and that's because I want to try... I mean, these are people who I've enjoyed or have been recommended to me in the past, you know, I can't really know what it's going to be like at the time when I host them. These are people who kind of get my definite seal of approval. These are people who I hang out with, I watch their cast a lot, and I think are the safer bets. So with that in mind, I really appreciate when you guys come along with me on hosts, but if you want the cream of the crop, these are the two. Of course, I'll do other shoutouts as they come in, but let's do Mother Russia Bleeds. Now, I hate to start this off, so I mean, for the purpose of disclosure, I always feel that this is people showing off more than anything, but I guess they ran out of streamers and so gave a copy to me. This was a key that I was given to, you know, to I don't know about evaluate or play as a streamer, so I didn't pay for this game. I was interested in it. I don't know if I was gonna pay for it because I'm kind of in a vow of poverty right now. I definitely need to pay down a lot of debt because of school. But I was definitely really interested. I was gonna put it on my wish list, and then the opportunity came up. So I was really happy for this. But with that in mind, right? In the end, I don't have some skin in the game. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. I haven't played a lot of it. I originally tried to stream it on the Mac when I had that in my hotel room, but it seemed there were a couple of problems with it at the time that I tried it, so I wasn't able to do that. Now, I hate to start off like a promo with a small complaint, but the one thing I noticed is when you have your gamepad hooked in, it automatically assumes that you want to use the gamepad. Now, for most people this is true. For me it isn't. I actually prefer playing games with keyboard and mouse, and the controls default to the gamepad ones. And maybe if I unplug it, it'll go back to the keyboard defaults. But in this case here, I'm going to try it with gamepad, because in this is kind of paying homage to a lot of old kind of NES style games, lots of console style games, so Double Dragon, things like that. Which are games I don't actually know that well, so I'm not sure how much commentary I can give in terms of the process of learning the game. But, I don't know, it would be nice to have the option to just say, hey, I want to play this with the keyboard, could you not give me my controller buttons? There's a lot of games which, if you have a controller, it just assumes that you want to do them. Skyrim's a good example, too. But I'll live with it. I'll play with controller for now. And, here we go. Alright, so options. We've got Sergey, Ivan, Ivan, Natasha, or Boris. Okay, well, I mean, if I want an accurate representation of the Russian people, I think Boris is the best. Let's just take a look. I actually don't really know what this is. Really good soundtrack. I think so, anyway. Obviously, let me know if you need any adjustments to the levels. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so I think in normal situations, I probably would have a preference for somebody like Ivan or Natasha, just because of the really heavy emphasis on certain stats. So it kind of looks like you've got Sergey and Boris, which are sort of your middle-of-the-road ones, and you're taking your pick between force and range or speed and jump. And then you get the more extreme version of that choice in the form of Ivan, who is all in on force and range, and Natasha, who's all in on speed and jump. Perhaps a bit quieter on the soundtrack. Okay. Give that a shot. So in this case, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for heavy punches, but I'm not going to go full specialization. So that means Boris, in addition to being the most colorful of these characters, I think I'm going to go for that. All right. This I'm not so sure about. So I basically just ran through the tutorial level to make sure that the thing was broadcasting properly. But I don't yet know what the syringe means. So, controlled dose, steady and balanced. Okay, Rose Kennedy has a direct effect on the enemy's brain, sucks up all the blood in one draw of the syringe. Syringe, a prescription that can be shared among friends, directly affects the muscles, causes the enemy's organs to explode. Brains over brawn, in berserk mode, hitting something will freshen you up, enables forward thrusts that are lethally precise, fatalities will make berserk mode last longer. Oh god, there's so many. When death fast approaches, make those last moments count. Okay, so we only have Kremlin Colonel, which is our option. So. Vlad is a born leader, and he is highly politically minded. As a militant communist, he's devoted his life to the cause. He'll do anything to achieve his goals, although he remains a pacifist. Okay, so I actually get my choice between the, kind of the, I guess it's the bumper or whatever, or the arrows. It's been a long time since I've used arrows, so let's give that a shot. Hey bud, hope you're in shape, because today's the real deal. I'm not going to do fake Russian accents, unless the moment takes me. You know what they say, the battle is won by the training, won in the training yard. So we're gonna go back over the basics this morning. All the friendly neighborhood jerk-offs agreed to spar for a bottle of whiskey. Oh, that sounds good. But keep on your toes, literally. By the way, I heard an interesting fact about Russia that apparently if you are wealthy in Russia, you do not drink, like you don't get Grey Goose or something like that in terms of a premium vodka. You drink whiskey. You know, you get a single malt or something like that. Because of course vodka is very common there, whereas the brown liquors are something that you need to import. So I don't know, one little bit of detail. Stay on the offensive, never get trapped in a weak position. Waiting on you, champ. Alright. X is punch, Y is kick. Oh, I'm already bad. Easy game. That's fantastic. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be music here or not. I know in the Mac version I was having a little bit of a trouble with the music suddenly cutting out, but nice dash, kiddo. Didn't I tell you all that core training would pay off? Time that right, nobody will be able to catch you. It's the ultimate defense. It makes for a fierce attack, too. If you're up for it, we'll work on that now. So it's actually the arrow and RB that does that. Looks like we're good. No point wearing you out. You've got a fight coming up. And remember, be creative. Switch up your combos. Explore all the possibilities. The more the crowd loves you, the more points you'll score. Boris is the maniac of the bunch. Since he's utterly deranged, no one ever really knows what's going on in his mind. This wild and unpredictable killer belongs in a psychiatric facility. What will it take to open your eyes, Mikhail? Our people are dropping like flies. And you go on dividing us with your dumbass fights. We need to join forces and attack the true enemy of the nation. I'm sick of your damn conspiracy theories, Vlad. Those high and mighty speeches don't don't support the community. At least my fights bring in a little cash. And what do you even hope to do? Start the revolution with a band of gypsies? Well, at least I'm not playing into the authorities' hands. You think small, you drive a wedge between communities. But do you think the Bravta will just stop? They'll swallow up this country to the last crumb. You, your fights, this camp, they'll take it all. The time for revolution has come, Mikhail. Alright, let me just take a look and see if I can get some music going on here. February 16th, 1986, 5:30 p.m. at the camp. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through this first level. If there's no music after this, I'm going to restart the game. Hey, if it isn't my boy. Listen, Vlad, go spread your gospel somewhere else, would you? Some of us actually work. Your simple-minded ways will cost you, Mikhail. The Bravta is ravaging the land, and rest assured, we're next. I'm willing to bet they already know about your secret little events. Well, I won't stay here and watch this farce. Well, that seems pretty worked up. You two arguing again? He's very thoughtful. Crazy man. Yeah, nothing serious. So I hope you're in fighting form, because I bet every last cent on this match. Come on, the crowd's been waiting. Give him a good show out there, Ace. Oops. So I'm wondering if I can... Oh, I can, but it resets. God, I'm bad. Oops. Hey, it's Twitchy McKnife Stab. So yeah, I mean, in terms of basics, the challenge I have at the moment is that what you see is what you get. In terms of tutorials, so again, I'm always fond of games that kind of start you off on a tutorial, where possible. But another thing that's really great about this one is, like, a level like this is kind of, like, it's obviously an intro, right? It's a very formalized fight. I was kind of hoping I could move him around and throw him. I just saved your life, son. It's also great. I mean, the one thing that caught me so much about the trailer was the level of violence. Oops, I should have dodged that. But like this one's obviously kind of intended as a little bit of a semi-tutorial. That was artistry, champ. I'm telling you, that was one for the ages. Now, go and celebrate your win, and I'll collect your winnings. Is that engine noise I hear? Yeah, there's the music. What the hell's going on, Mikhail? Hey, hobos. Listen, I hate to break it to you, but your little shindig is over. Oh, take it easy there, fella. Until you can prove otherwise, I'm the one calling the shots here. As it happens, Gramps, you're coming with me. We need to have a chat. Do as he says, Mikhail. Target neutralized. Hey, Armor87. Yes, in Soviet Russia, Twitter tweets you. Hey, Kilgore Trout! This is a good test, actually, because the audio cuts out if I switch out of the... I always put syringes in my pants. Ivan is the big brother of the group. He's quieter, more serious, but also more violently aggressive than the others. He loves to destroy, pulverize, or smash things with his bare hands. Alright. I get a chance to do this myself. Guys, I know I started off the stream with some shoutouts, but I gotta give you a special shoutout for Kilgore Trout, who is actually somebody who I've recently started watching. So I got to see him through the GOG.com stream team. So it's actually, I should probably give a link for where to get this game. I'll take a look at that. But actually, I've really become very fond of that team because Outstar Walker, the one who runs it, got me a copy of the of Master of Orion. That was the reason we were playing that the other night. But the other great thing about it is they've got an incredibly talented stream team. I originally found Pyron Jade through them, and then of course these things tend to follow one after the other. You like one streamer, you follow another one, and Kilgore Trout really kind of stood out as a particularly talented and a really charismatic streamer. So he plays a lot of games that he just loved kind of growing up, plays a lot of classic games. The one that I really got to sit down and watch him play, the one that I kind of got to watch him play all the way through was LucasArts Outlaws, which is a game I never got to play myself, but I had always kind of had my eye on. So he definitely made that game come alive. He definitely, showed me why this stuff sort of still holds up. Hey, is it Ambrazine? But I mean, I've seen him stream so many things. Oh, Kilgore Trout, thank you so much for that, host. He does so much. He even does some new stuff. Actually, he did probably the thing that's really sticking out. It's probably because it's recent, but I think he also did such a great job of this. He played Brutal Legend, and he dressed up as Lemmy Kilmister. Absolutely nailed it. And my goodness, Armor 87. Hey, Real Embrazine, thank you very much for that follow. I will get back to the gameplay for a second, but I did just want to give a second here too and say, Armor 87, noticing the senseless violence on display right now, just gifted Postal 2 to the stream as well. Thank you so much. I almost worked on the Postal movie. I'm ashamed to admit it, guys, but I've actually worked on the Far Cry movie by Uwe Boll. Don't watch it if you didn't know it existed. But yeah, anyways, guys, definitely check out Kilgore Trout. In fact, what you want to do, you should probably check out the whole GOG.com team. And while I'm at it, because of course Le Cartel was very nice, or sorry, La Cartel was very nice to give me a copy of, there was a Far Cry movie, Armor 87. It's not good. It has excellent assistant camera work in it. But yeah, you don't want to watch that. But yeah, for those of you who are intrigued by this title, you can pick that up over there. It's actually currently 10% off, I believe. Fuck, what the... Alright, Armor. Thank you very much. I have no idea when I'm going to get to Postal, because there's already so much stuff that you've given me. I've loved everything you've given me, by the way. But it's really hard to try and get on the... it's really hard trying to get it all on stream. Okay. So we've been injected with something, and then we stuck it in our pants. What the heck? What are you doing up? What happened? Where the fuck are we? You're suffering withdrawal. You need your injection. I inject? For Christ's sakes, what injection? What have you done to us? I gotta give these guys voices. I don't even have time to explain, nor am I even authorized. But I must give you an injection. Fuck no! If you come near me, I swear to God, I'll kill you. Oh, nice. Oops. You know, this is one funny thing about games like this is, oh, nice. Okay, so, in terms of being able to use the grab, you can actually just slam them down onto the ground like this. Oh god, that is such a satisfying move. Kilgore, regrettably, the key that they gave me was, a Steam key, so, sadly not. But, I definitely, my aim personally has been to basically pick up stuff off GOG. I know the assumption usually is that the default platform for people is Steam, so I kind of have to abide with what was given. But you know, this is one thing. I was talking about this a little bit before. So the level of or the first level of the game was. Again, it's not formally a tutorial, but it definitely gives you the exposure to the game. And then I was going to comment, but then I kind of got caught up with the story. I kind of love the little detail that they have, you know, as you kind of start punching people up. Oh! Thank you so much, Armor, for giving me another gift, which unfortunately threw me straight out of the game. So, but I absolutely love the detail that they put in the game in terms of when you're, you know, when you're progressively doing damage over it. The thing that really caught me about the trailer was the level of violence in it, and I don't know. There's just a savage pleasure that I get out of a game that does that. Oh, what's the matter, princess? You having a bad dream? Oh, let me tuck you in. Now say night night, or Daddy will have to punish you. Mind if I give something a try first? Okay, so one thing I gotta get better at in this game is dodging. Like that. Yeah, this game is remarkably satisfying with a very simple set of moves. You need to log into GOG. Apparently somebody tried to reset your password over the... Oh, okay. I hope that turns out for you, Marisa. Oh! What the hell was that? Is that just a dream? Oh, neat. Okay, so that's really interesting. So the name of the game here is not to actually take out all the guys, but just hit them enough to inspire that. That's really interesting. I'm feeling like a baseball bat. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but presumably this is a little bit like, so if you guys remember when we played Amnesia, the idea here that you could only get the Vitae from the, you can only kind of get the Vitae from people who are in kind of experiencing intense fear. I think that's a similar idea here, that you kind of need to extract whatever this drug is from the bodies of the suffering. God, this is like that, I was going to say the fire extinguisher reminds me of a really, it's a very good, but it's a really rough French film called Irreversible. It's a really, really smart idea for a movie, and it's just so unpleasant. It's really hard to recommend. But if you're okay with seeing some pretty extreme stuff in a movie, I actually think it's a very well done movie. And it's recorded in such a way that... Let's get the Vitae. It's recorded in such a way that it's sort of... It's intended to look a little bit like it's shot with in one take. Damn it. I was wondering if I could do that. Being able to punch people through doors is a feature that should be in every single game, in my opinion. Alright, so here's a question for you guys. I'm going to be really enjoying myself punching a lot of Russians, but I'm not entirely sure I have a whole lot to talk about the Soviet Union. I mean, if you want, I can try and talk about the end of the Cold War. But do you guys have any questions, or is there anything you're interested in about this game? Alright, aerial grabs. Your opponents overindulge in air kicks, so you can counter them with aerial grabs. No mercy for cowards. Oh, that's right. I need to remember that I can run. Oh, god damn. It smells like dead people. Sewers. This must be where all the waste goes. Chucked out by the production lab. I should look for a way out. Pure and simple as a knife to the forebrain. Sorry, could this be called Streets of Vodka-Induced Rage? I've never personally been enraged by vodka. Wait, did that pig just try to attack me? So this is another neat little thing about it is you've got kind of these ghouls, which it seems like their attack is supposed to be kind of a grabbing one. So it's kind of neat to see. Oh, actually, I think it's just starting to chow down on me. Can I not? Oh, I'm already loaded up. One thing I failed to appreciate at the time was it actually gives you a little outline of how much you're going to get from the pull. Okay, so the next thing I gotta do is take down one of these pigs and start punching it. Another nice thing about this is that it sort of seems like from the movements, your first impression. Oh God, get it off me! From first impression, it sort of seems like you're automatically going to succeed with those charging up kind of attacks. But the game actually is reasonably intelligent. It is going to try and dodge your hit. So if you're being like really obvious about it, they're basically just going to shake you off. It's also sort of neat too, if you notice the hints for this game have slowly gone away as the concepts have been introduced. Now I'm personally not that bothered by in-game indicators, right? So like, you know, if it had kept telling me to push the B button to pick up the bat, I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have felt like put out by it or something like that, but... Having some trouble, or is the game not up to your speed? Go ahead and change the difficulty. Tempting, but I have a feeling I'm probably going to start seeing what this game is made out of quite quickly. Curious if you can charge up with the... Or... Yep. Hello, piggies. This is one thing I really like about, I mean, I think Devolver does a very good job of sort of picking up titles like this, but it's one thing that I sort of like. There's a big... Whoa! See, that's a nice reveal. That's what I was kind of getting to. I like it when games don't cop out on the pixel art aesthetic. The environments here are telling a story. They're sort of, I don't know, they're creating a sense of unease, a sense of place. And you can have neat little reveals like that, you know, like the super monster that I'm going up against. Jesus Christ, what did I do? Definitely can't take him on mano a mano, but he's leaving around a lot of syringes. God, I gotta get better at the dodges. Right, can't do a cheap throw on him. It's worth a shot. Lord. Sorry guys, concentrating on the game now. But yeah, so, you know, to have the, ooh, nice. Man, he scared the shit out of me. What the hell was that thing? Well, I can hear the surface now. There's got to be a ladder somewhere. But yeah, so you've got, you know, through all the backgrounds on that, you have a story behind the lab. You know, the pigs kind of... I mean, actually, so one thing I really like about this is the... you know, you notice the rats are clinging on to the enemies and things like that. But more importantly, too, right, you can have the sudden blinking lights, which, you know, is disorienting on its own. And then all of a sudden, like, you have a jump moment where the boss kind of comes in. It's a really... I really like that final fight just because it's built in such a way that, you know, I sort of felt like, you know, maybe I'll turn up the difficulty or something like that. And then I kind of have this final confrontation where, you know, it's definitely... a lot more than what you know, what I was going against before. I have no idea what the score, whether or not that's a good score or not. I'm assuming I probably took longer than what most people are intended to do. So the sewers, it's damp, it reeks to hell, the place is crawling with rats. You want to go back into that shithole? What's wrong with you? AI allies, no friends? You can still play co-op with some AI, and at least these allies won't steal your chips. On the run. Your turn, little man. Hammer time. Christ on a cracker. Did that jerk seriously just pop out of the wall like a fucking rat? This shithole's jail's a regular goddamn circus. Wait, this is a jail? No, it's a fucking 4-star hotel. Kid, all you need to know is we run the place. So drop your pants and get in line with the rest of them, pussies. Get 'em! Damn it! Hey, thanks. I really thought I was a goner this time. And, you sure know how to make an entrance. That trick with the wall? Like an actual mole. Listen, buddy, that's not what I'm here for. All I care about is finding the nearest exit. Right, same as everyone here, I suppose. How crummy that you left your burrow only end up in poking. Not to mention half the inmates will be mad at you for beating up those guys. Prison on top of a lab? What kind of bullshit is this? At any rate, there's no turning back now. I gotta find a way out. Lab? Well, listen, if you escort me to the cafeteria, I think I can get you access to the cell block. After that, it's straight through the visiting rooms and you're home free. The two of us can do it. Alright then. It's not like I have much choice. Let's get a move on. Oh, damn it. Well, I guess it's not so bad because I was already full. I gotta remember the right order for things. Oops. Blow clothes on, damn it. No, I gotta stop putting them in the ground when I start. Get that sweet helm. Oh well. Okay, I really need to throw this guy in the air. I also need to do a better job of defending my comrade. Of course, everyone's a comrade in Mother Russia Bleeds. Oh. Want it all. So I'm gonna guess that if your if one of your like your AI allies gets, sorry, like one of your friends, like player characters, gets taken down, then the call it the Vitae for lack of a better title, is what brings you back. One thing I do notice is when you go to extract the drug, it does sort of seem to slow down the game a little bit. Like especially when you're between scenes. It's a little bit of a break, but then like in terms of a combat mechanic, it's actually a really good one because like here I sort of feel a little bit of a risk taking that pull. Escort in the world. Cafeteria. So. Oh, hello, comrades. Alright, is it because I'm quiet chat? Or is everybody just a little lethargic tonight? The big thing I'll say about this game, other than the art style, which is very appealing to me. I mean, again, I'll be honest, like I know, one thing I do know from this style of game, I know it's not always the most popular one for me to do on this stream because people, I was a little surprised actually to find out that some of my viewers are not the biggest fan of violent titles, which I think is actually quite respectable. I think violence is kind of taken as a default. Oh, hey, Gildor. Yeah, sorry, is it Jacetheron? I believe if you get the deluxe edition, which isn't what I linked, I'll actually I'll get a link for the deluxe edition. I believe that comes with a soundtrack, which I think is excellent. I'd say this is a very fair representation of what you get in other levels. I think probably some of the things that really appeal to me the most about this. Oh, let's. Yes, I snagged a keyring off one of those stupid guards. Hang on a second. Actually, I haven't done this in a while. So if I pull on this, wait, no, Shit. Code red. Code red. Electrical system malfunction. All prison staff immediately. Cell dock immediately. Crap, I screwed up bad. Now the guards are gonna swarm this place. Sorry, mole friend. I suggest you head back to your den before the rioting starts. Every man for himself. Alright, we already read this one, but Boris is the maniac of the bunch. Since he's utterly deranged, no one ever really knows what's on his mind. This wild and unpredictable killer belongs in a psychiatric facility. So yeah, this appeals, so before I start the next level, especially because the song is so good, there's a few things that appeal to me about this game. So one, the art style is nice, and again, it wears... So the thing about this one is that it's pretty intense in terms of its violence, but I think it kind of comes about it honestly. It's part of the aesthetic. Now, I mean, again, like, see, to me, I'm not entirely sure that this is a game that just kind of goes for shock's sake. Not so sure about the story yet. There's definitely kind of indications that there's interesting stuff happening here, but we've just kind of had a succession of punching with hints that there's more going on that we'll learn about. Even though, I mean, again, my options are basically to punch, warm up a punch, kick, or throw. I never really feel like it's gotten too boring, and definitely the characters each sort of have their own sort of fighting styles, so it definitely takes some effort. And then the other really satisfying thing here is that everybody's not on the same side here. So, looks like I gotta get with the times. So like, a really great idea for them to show this off. This is a really smart idea for a level for this game, precisely because you're in the middle of a prison riot, and everybody hates you. So, you know, here, I'm just kind of, you know, I don't necessarily have to fight everyone. I'm going to because it's fun, but the other thing I'll say about this is the being able to just like sit down and beat on a guy is easily one of the most satisfying features of the game. Also, learning to dodge is a really big one. I'm very bad at it, so I'm losing a lot more health. And just Kilgore, you must forgive me for not necessarily... Toilet paper. Two can play a back game. For not stopping by the stream, I'm really interested in KOTOR, and it's actually one of Jesse Quill's favorite games, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet, so I've not been looking. I've been hoping not to spoil any of the plot points. So if I'm absent, one, it's because the job is great. Oh, Jesus Christ! Job is great, but very time-consuming, and second of all. If it's something I wanna play, I sometimes refrain. I really need that charge. Draw it. Ah, damn it. Bad luck. That was really greedy. You want to beat on your friends? Activate friendly fire in the options menu. Nothing beats a good atmosphere. Right. Let's try that again. So this is a good example here. Like, you only have 3 guys, but again, the fighting style is such a way that you can't just, like, you can sort of see I have a tendency to just mash buttons and hope for the best. The game is definitely built to break that. Oh, and I promised I was going to give a copy of the, or not give a copy, but give a link to the deluxe edition. Apologies if you had to go find it yourself, but once I deal with these clowns, I'll get on that. God, that's satisfying. Jace, that's Coder you're talking about, not Mother Russia Believes, right? Oh, run! So one of the things I'm trying to employ, if I can, is if there's a guy with a weapon, to try and use a throw to take out the weapon. Like that. Again, I gotta get the extraction if I can. So you'll notice there's a dark outline on the syringe that lets you know how you're doing in terms of quantities. Oh, nice. They can dodge too. Oh my god, that's gonna be great for combos. So you can also throw up, it seems. The reason I go for an immediate throw on something like that is just to try and get as much distance as I can between the two guys. That allows me to do something like wail on this guy once the other guy's taken out. So. It's not shameless at all, Kilgar. I'm a huge fan of your cast. And I'll admit, I'm not quite on the top of my game tonight, so actually, I think I've said that twice when you've been in the channel. Maybe I'm just not on my game at all. Okay, so they're getting a second visual element in the nightmare. I'm still not sure what's going on. What the hell's happening? These visions. What kind of creature is that? But yeah, no, I was gonna say, I think the more people who are watching your cast, the better, in my view. Pistols are melee weapons, right? You're the guinea pig, eh? Mangy dog straight from home again. Know about that? Kidnapping. Have him in jail. You're involved in all this crap? Not by choice. I told him I'd chop your balls off and be done with it. Soon I kept you in mind. My prisoners. I know how to discourage them from pulling this prison break nonsense. Who are they, damn it? Who's behind this? Ah, you're not exactly in a position to be demanding answers, son. Now while I come and get you to clean up the mess, we'll arrange a cozy little spot for you. Fair warning, I've got a niche on my trigger for you. Go on, boy. Give me an excuse to use my husband gun. Oh, cool. Okay, so this boss fight, I need to dodge not just pistol fire, but sniper fire as well. Ah! This is going to be pretty tough. The fact that he kind of nails his own guys with that pistol kind of means that I'm not going to get my recharges in. And basically everything just does such a ton of damage. So I gotta make it count while he's reloading. Alright, deal with this. Yeah. Okay. So I can't rely... Okay, so I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to be pretty judicious with the syringe use. Basically, when I'm on the brink of death, I'll use it, and then I'm just going to try and empty this gun in, oops. Yeah, so that's three shots and the guy can take out. Wait, you want to be so let's try to juggle with different weapons, but if you break the material, too bad for you. That's really funny. You say you're not on top of your game and you see... I'm just thinking, well, what I mean, Kilgore, is not necessarily the skill in the game, but I like to think I'm a little more active in terms of the dialogue. Obviously, I'm a camless caster, so I kind of need something to keep people engaged, but I'm not really familiar with games like this, so... Oh, neat, okay. So how do I... It seems like there's no... Either there's a ridiculous amount of ammo for these things, or there's no limit to the ammo. Anyways, yeah, it's a little bit more in terms of just dialogue and interactivity. I try to be a little bit more engaged, but yes. Especially for games like Crusader Kings 2, like I'm a little bit more of a strategy fan. Not to the exclusion of other games, of course. But, well, it seems like I have unlimited ammo, so no point in being stingy. It's probably not going to help my score by just constantly firing, but at this point I'm ready to take this guy down. Let's see if we can do it without getting hit. Yep, we can. And we finished him off in a really badass way. But yeah, like, this is kind of a genre that I'm unfamiliar with, so if I do strategy or something like that, I kind of get to explain my thought process or something along these lines. There's definitely a lot of learning that I've been doing in this game, but it's a little bit more internal. Like, I think a game like this, you really appreciate it through going through and kind of learning the tricks. So as we saw here, right, there's a couple of iterations where I couldn't make really any progress on this guy at all, and this time it was relatively straightforward. So, time to shove off before any other guards show up. Well, thank you very much, Kilgore Trout. Alright, actually, I'll make good on my promise to show you where you can get the deluxe version of this game. And yes, I was correct. It is actually currently 10% off on GOG.com, so now is a good time to pick it up. I'm Canadian. Actually, I just moved to Ontario, so I know that's a little bit more in your neighborhood. I used to be in Vancouver. Oh, guys, actually, the deluxe edition, it's called the Dealer Edition. So something to consider. Obviously, as I always say, price is what you pay, value is what what you get. So if you just want the game, 16.79 Canadian. Again, whatever the regional equivalent is, currently 10% off. So normally this game is 18.59. If you get the deluxe edition, it is 27.89. But what you get with it is an extra copy of the game to deal. So obviously, you know, if you know somebody else who wants it, this is already a fairly solid buy. Then that comes with the digital soundtrack, which speaks for itself, and it also comes with a behind-the-scenes mini documentary. Again, this is by Le Cartel, French developer. So again, I was given a copy from the developer, so I kind of had, you know, I didn't have any say in the matter. But if you like the soundtrack, and especially if you think you know somebody else who would like this game, I think the deluxe, so deluxe editions now have always kind of been like a way you can kind of get a couple of extra bucks out of somebody for something that maybe isn't really that good. I actually really like the way they packaged the deluxe edition for this one. So, you know, if you just want this game is perfectly enjoyable on its own, and if you just want to appreciate the soundtrack and context, I think just getting the flat game would be fine enough as well. But, you know, I would say probably if you know somebody who would like a game like this, the deluxe edition is, for me at least, would be something I'm considering. All right, the prison's a battlefield as you face waves of jailers and prisoners, and with a trigger-happy sniper around, breaking out of here won't be easy. So I wonder if there's, when they talk about arena, I'm wondering if there's like a dueling mode. Ivan is the big brother of the group. He's quieter, more serious, but also more violently aggressive than others. He loves to destroy, pulverize, or smash things with his bare hands. Back to the source. So I think this is the Hobo camp from before. March 21st, 1986, 2:42 p.m. camp. Hey, man. Shit, it's been ages. Spare smoke for an old pal? Dude, instead of begging, tell me what went down here. This whole place is wrecked. Huh. Oh, that. Man, that's ancient history. I guess you... yeah, I think it's up to 4 players, Jace. I guess you went on an extended vacation or whatever. Yeah, it was a gang of skinhead chicks. A whole bunch of them came here and took over the area. And they started passing out necro. But haven't you tried to drive out the dealers? You know, take back the camp? Well, sure, Vlad's trying. Started a revolution or some crap. He's been recruiting people for weeks now. You should be able to find him at the train station. I had to tell him to fuck off. Guy gives me a nasty headache. Alright, I'm gonna look around for him. Thanks, bro. So I wonder if there's an intermediate animation that shows that thing crawling out of its skin. Because that looked like the skeleton of the thing that came out of it. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Oh shit, not these images again. The thing is getting bigger. Side effects of the necro, I'm guessing. Ah! Oh man, this is more brutal than Wolfenstein. Sorry to hear it, Jace. Yeah, I had the same problem as well. System Shock was already taken. It might have been that I signed up for an account, but I honestly can't... I don't know what email I used or something like that. I definitely was not able to work with it, so... Hey, Cali Cakes! Not a problem at all, but you're getting a shout-out as well. It's shout-out night tonight. Cali Cakes is actually worth mentioning because she is an up-and-coming streamer. One of her mods was kind enough to sort of shout me out to her, and she hosted me sight unseen and was an absolute gem to have inside of the channel. So naturally, somebody with a personality like that you want to check out and, you know, and see what's going on. And she's a pretty big DayZ streamer, I would say. Like, not exclusively, but definitely plays a lot of it. I've also seen her play some stuff like Depth and that. Is an just absolute sweetheart. She also is a baker by profession, and so she's done a couple of cookie baking streams. She does a really wonderful thing, which is when she hits a follower milestone, she actually bakes some cookies and raffles them off. So in addition to seeing her make the cookies, you potentially get a chance to eat them. So she's just celebrating 700 follows. She has grown so rapidly. I think I remember when she was around 200 or 300. It's really not that long ago. So I'm obviously waiting for that moment where she's partnered and I get to check her out as a big streamer with quality options. But really an absolute gem. Oh, thank you so much for that host, Phantom Klepto. But yeah, definitely somebody to check out, especially if you like watching kind of smaller communities and watching them grow, because she's done an absolutely amazing job of, one, making everybody feel welcome, but really retaining that, that nice small stream, that nice little close-knit community. Makes everybody feel very special when she comes in on the cast, or when you come into the cast. And even though she's growing, she treats everybody as if she's just got her first follow. It's an absolutely outstanding cast. Bastards! I remember him. He wouldn't take shit from anybody. Apparently, they used him as an example. Okay, ladies, shut your traps and listen up. The Bravta wishes to congratulate you all on a job well done in Junk. You have to get the boss's permission to use the gym. We even planned a little shindig for you. You'll see we haven't been jerking you around. Beware, some dickhead is expected to show up soon. We want him alive, you hear? You run into him, bring him straight to us. Alright, at ease. You're the fucker squatting in our camp, huh? Sorry guys, I'm not so good at the voices. Speak of the devil. I must be one of those fortune tellers or something. So you think your crappy little goons can stop me? You and your lapdogs are going to answer all my questions. And more importantly, you're going to go peddle that shit somewhere else. Oh, you hear that? Got ourselves a gypsy comedian. Enough with the jokes. I'm about to teach you some respect. I cannot tell you how satisfying this weapon is to use. Oh. It's my pole. Not anymore. Damn it! Mine! To drugs. Indeed they did, Pie of Reckoning. I gotta... Ah, oh, damn it! I meant to draw from that guy. Alright, let's see if I can throw everybody out of the way. Alright. It's flashing the, safe door, so... That's kind of neat. I didn't realize that my character also... Oh, I gotta take advantage of that. Oh! Even if I took a break just to... You know what? That was my greed. I only have myself to blame for that. I forgot to pick up my pole. Hello, Mr. Franz. Good to see you again. Alright, I gotta remember to dodge again, otherwise I'm not long for this moment. Aha! weapons! Ah! Alright, so I gotta go back to my old rules. The idea here is throw something at somebody when they have a weapon, just to disarm them. Unless they're obviously close enough to... Oh, God. That chair leaks something fantastic. I am Mr. Franz. I was a little frustrated with the end of the econometrics stream. Not the stream itself, but just the exchange with the admin was really, really... that definitely, like, put a damper on my night. But, I mean, there's no point in, like, dwelling on stuff like that. I'm just opting to finally pick up. So one of the problems I've run into because of this move is I have a backlog of games that I've been given to kind of like do coverage of, basically, and they're all games that I'm like really interested in. I asked for access to, and I'm really enjoying this one. Again, it's a little bit outside of my... I think I gotta use the... There we go. Simple solution. Alright, I am gonna throw this guy. He didn't show up. He talked to me in Shan's stream, which I thought was not exactly the done thing. And they're incorrect. Like, you can look at all of the cooking streams, and they're all educational. And furthermore, I wouldn't exactly classify that as an educational stream that I did, because I kind of left a lot to, you know, it's like, okay, I'm not going to explain this. It was a pretty common thing that I said. But the problem is that if there's the perception from somebody affiliated with Twitch, I've already been reported and banned once for doing the reading on stream, right? So I can't really afford a second strike, because I'll probably be gone for longer than a week. So I just said, it's like, okay, no more creative stuff on stream. But that's fine. I'll let you guys know how I'm repeating that. I need Necro. I really don't like that machine in the back. Armor 87, I was banned for reading the A Little History of the World on cast. Yes, Pie of Reckoning, that's the plan. Hey, Jip's behind the line like everybody else. We're not open yet. Quit shrieking and open the fucking gate. Oh, he's the bossy type, eh? Listen, I ain't got time for this shit. Get back behind the line and wait for your fix with the rest of the junkies. Okay, then suppose I'll just have to make you leave. You goddamn... I'm gonna rip your head off and shit down your throat. Sorry, I can't do angry loads. Mr. Friends, this was... So, there's a long history on this. Nice. There's a bit of a long history on this. At the time, there was no real guideline about it. And my rationale was, if I play a game called Crusader Kings 2, and, you know, I'm playing historical figures like Charlemagne, then I would consider the reading streams to be in support of that, right? If you play a historical game that has Charlemagne, it kind of helps if people know who he was and what his accomplishments were and why, you know, the Holy Roman Empire, after he founded it, broke apart so rapidly. And it was something that people really enjoyed. And basically what happened was a troll came in, and after they were banned, I think they reported the stream, and then the accusation that I had was it was radio-style content, which falls under the music category. Now, I would have disputed that because it's not a music stream, but the way that Twitch does disputes on bans is that if they don't find in your favor, they actually extend the ban. So I couldn't mod for a week, I couldn't broadcast for a week, and I'm like, well, you know, they've created the system basically so that you don't contest it. So I didn't do anything. And then later on, they introduced the creative channel, and they said, you know, you're not allowed to read, but there were still they're partnered streamers doing it, but, you know, if you're partnered, you can do anything. And then now, I believe they have said that you can do dramatic reading as long as it's, you know, not copywritten, which is, you know, it's the same as streaming, right? So after that econometric stream that you came in for yesterday, I went into the guy's channel who I hosted, and he private messaged me saying that you're not allowed to do educational content and creative, which again, I dispute. You know, you only need look at the cooking ones and see that's purely educational content. But the fact of the matter is like I'm really done dealing with that kind of treatment. And furthermore, it's a 3-strike system. I really can't afford another ban. So I've just said this is why we can't have nice things, and I'm just going to move it on to YouTube or something like that. So, and 1738, you listen to me whine and complain about Twitch. Sorry about that. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I know, Endors. Alright. Now that we've got all the drugs, we're gonna last more than 15 seconds in this mission. I mean, Klepto, I suppose, a mild defense to Twitch, I believe this is an admin speaking out of turn. I don't think I clearly take the time, even when I did the reading stream, I take the time to read the rules of conduct to make sure that there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. That rule does not exist in the stated guidelines. And again, like I said, you only need to see the content being produced to, damn it, it was a costly extraction. I didn't actually even extract, I needed to but I mean, with this in mind, right, the problem that I run into is that if the perception exists, or somebody decides to complain, or any number of reasons, now it's just like, well, see, you were already talked about this before, or, you know, or if that, you know, admin decides to come by and takes it rather personally that I didn't listen to their advice, I don't get a say in that, right? It's just another ban for me. So I obviously strongly disagrady with it. I mean, my view is that if you want to have interesting... Oh! Armo87, thank you very much for the gift. Unfortunately, it pulls me out of the game, so I'm gonna have to accept that later. Yeah. The other thing about the reading, is this a political stream in 1738? Well, I mean, I can be political. So, but just to give you an idea, my background, I just finished a master's in economics, and the field that I would do most of my work in is actually known as political economy. But it's certainly not, I'm not, how do I put it? I'm not going to tell you how to vote and like just repeat it several times over. I'd like to think that we, you know, if there's an interesting idea to be explored or a question that somebody has, that we'll see it through to its finished. I definitely don't believe in don't talk about politics or religion. I marked for mature stream because I can't stop fucking swearing. But I also think mature stream means that you talk about things that matter. And as Orwell says in Politics in the English Language, you know, there is no keeping out of politics in this age. But yeah, Mr. Franz, I do agree with your assessment that it's a flawed system. You can play poker and not show real important mathematics. I'll read on YouTube, I guess. If Twitch doesn't want to have nice things, why give it? Yeah, exactly, Mr. Franz. That's my view. And actually, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing the reading streams on I'm gonna be doing them on my Discord. Oh hey, it's Bunny Lord from Not a Hero in the background. But yeah, I think I might actually do Animal Farm. Can't wash my mouth, except that's the third time you've heard me curse. How'd you get in here? Fucking hell. I remember when this place used to be peaceful. Hey, you're pretty cute. Do you wanna shoot up some necro nearby? Just the two of us? I don't know what's more disgusting about you. Sores or piss smell? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, T-Clark. What did you just say to me? Let's put it this way. You run along back to the other necroheads, or I'll kick out the few teeth you have left. What did you just say to me? I'll put the link up at the end of the stream for you, Mr. Franz. If you're not here at the end, I'll give you a private message. But yeah, I'll definitely let everybody know when I'm doing a reading stream like that, because I think that would be fun for people. Hey, Janice in Accounting. How you doing tonight? Good to see you again as always. So I'm kind of curious what you guys think of the game. Like I said, I'm really enjoying myself, but I really want that Necro off that guy, but it's not going to happen. Oh my god. Oh, there's no... so much activity, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that. So yeah, actually, so I was complaining a little bit about how the extraction sort of slows down the game, but when you have so many enemies like this, it actually adds a real challenge to the game, so let's make the most of it. Yeah, Warm Pony, it's a really great game. You love how all the faces in this game look like demented jack-o'-lanterns? Oh yes. Is this one of those 90s flings? So this is a new game, Janice in Accounting. Yeah, it's the aesthetic. I mean the game takes place in an alternative history, 1986. I think the implication here is that the Russian government has been overthrown. I don't know if that was supposed to happen in the what do they call it? The White Revolution? Whatever it's called. Oh, Jesus Christ. How do I deal with an AK-47? But yeah, it seems like there's a criminal element that's taking over the country. Ugh. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Ah. Okay, I didn't know you could double charge that, but... never got rid of the AK. Oh, come on. I just want to extract from the guy. Alright. I haven't played Punch Club, unfortunately. Grizel, game looks fun, but you're in half-look mode, so you're putting settings back on your PC. Not a problem at all. But yeah, guys, I'll definitely say so. Like, if you're looking for a game recommendation, I'm always like, I always kind of feel at odds whenever I do that, just because I like something doesn't mean you will. But this is a very satisfying game across a few dimensions. I really like the style, both like the gameplay style and the art style. The challenge, like, it doesn't seem that challenging when you first play it. Maybe I'm just bad, but definitely bad that way. But it's like, this is definitely, even though I don't normally play games like this, like I've lost track of time. Actually, I'm just going to take a quick second and throw up the. Oh boy, I have work early tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, Frizzell, I'd say I like games of this style, so, like, Golden Axe is, something that I played and enjoyed, not when it came out, but, like, you know, it had a reputation. Woo! I know this makes me a terrible person, but I really like punching the dogs. Alright. Get some! Oh. Run! So yeah, the dodging is basically essential. Oh, hang on. You can like do a slide kick with. Come on, doggy. Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh man, that is a tough dog if it just took 2 AK shots. So here's a question, guys. Do you know about the origins of the Kalashnikov rifle? But yeah, so every side-scroller I've played, I've really enjoyed. It's just I haven't played that many. Yeah, Jenna. So like, it's a very straightforward game in terms of the controls or something like that. You could learn this, you know, in no time. But it's definitely. Like, again, it's the style. Like, this is the big thing for me, is I don't think this is violent. I would never want to belong to Brazil, thank you very much for that follow. Alright. Let's see how I can do with a little health. Oh, I think the rat's gonna be the end of me. But yeah, I don't know, the violence... I don't know, it feels... like... I don't know, there's something about a game, like, there's, when they made Half-Life, apparently they put a lot of attention into the crowbar. They wanted to make sure that, you know, you sort of had this... Now. Yes, Pie of Reckoning. So it was, I believe he fought on, well, obviously the Russian front. But he was appalled at the casualties that the Russians sustained at the end of World War II, and he had committed to creating something that would, like, so for him, I mean, it's obviously a weapon that was designed, but the effort was to design something that would ensure his countrymen were not outmatched. It's actually a really terrible introduction to that weapon. I think probably the best, if you ever want a nice little ode to the Kalashnikov, if you watch the Nicolas Cage film, Lord of War, it's got this really wonderful moment where he gives... like, Andrew Niccol, the guy who wrote it and directed it, had his background was in commercials. So he basically took every trick from commercials, like how to make a product look really good, and he put it into that AK scene. And incidentally, in addition to the fact that the movie's really, really good, that scene in particular, I'm sure you could probably do a YouTube search for it. It's a really neat little way of conveying a lot of information about a very storied weapon. It's a really great one. I also think the actress in that, who plays the girl from his hometown that he kind of does everything to impress. I think she did a really wonderful job in that movie, and I actually don't know anyone who, like, I just think she's largely underappreciated for the acting role that she did. Like, the moment where she talks to him on the bed is, I think, one of my favorite performances in that movie. There we go. But again, I mean, she doesn't have a really big role in the film, so. Would you look at that? My little rat wandered into my pool. Man, all the bosses look the same. They just get bigger. Let me guess. You're the leader of this band of merry creeps. It's a talking rat. Sorry, I'm all out of cheese. Don't test me. Got a few questions that you're going to answer. Sweetie, you can take your questions and shove them. This camp was raided a few months back. Trucks full of riot police showed up out of nowhere. Dragged everybody off. You know anything about that? Oh, I don't. But I see why your arrival here went so smoothly. Quit screwing with me. We woke up in some dirty-ass lab with crates of necro all over. Who's supplying you, huh? Where's this crap coming from? Is it Bridget Moynihan? I actually don't know her name. I mean, I'm falling to my own trap here. But I think she's the only major female role in that one. I think everybody else is a lady that either Jared Leto or Nicolas Cage winds up sleeping with. God, you're a pain in the ass. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Middleman who gets me necro is an old guy. Lord of War armor. Goes by the name of Mikhail. Wait, what? Mikhail? Ah, so you hear that sweet sound? It's a little surprise I had planned for you. Took forever to get here, but it's well worth the wait. Hi, Jared Leto. Nice one, Armor. Oh, I did not know that she was in Men in Black. I guess she played Will Smith's like next agent, right? She's the one who like winds up getting the cat. Oh, sorry, I did the last. Oh my god. All right, so remember I was talking about moments that I like? This is one of them. So now obviously, oh god, yes! This is like that scene in Caligula. Oh no! Okay, so if you need a reason to play this game, okay, that guy laughing and jiggling at you as you fight him, that's pretty outstanding. If there is a reason for you to get this game, it is the way that it does set pieces. They really know how to set up a good moment. Alright, what am I gonna do about this? I think I gotta like do a flying kick or something. Ow. Okay. One drugs, please. This is a drawback of throwing people in the whatever you call it. Oh, I'm on a time limit. Interesting. yeah, so I mean, the thing that's really great about this game, like I said, is the set pieces. Well, I guess I could have got that last bit of dialogue. So instead of throwing these guys into the machine, I'm gonna try and throw them at the boss. Oh, okay, there's the secret. Well, I'm boned. So I think the fact that they're kicking enemies is sort of a tell in terms of how this works. There we go. So close. There we go. Oh wow, okay. So the best you can do is damage him with that. I always have this tendency to want to smash him into the ground, but it is not a strategy geared towards survival. I think I gotta go for another Hitting is good, but hitting and humiliating is better. Use taunts to express your opinion on your phone. How do I taunt? Oh, well, that's not it, but let's make the most of it. Can I just stay in berserk mode all the time? Okay, I think we had the right idea with, I think I had the right idea with throwing people into him to get him into the blades. But yeah, so what's the last line that he says? It's with the right time to shut you up for good little. Okay. Alright, have a great one, Pie of Reckoning. Okay, let's live dangerously. Welcome back. We're kind of stuck on this one, I'll admit. strategy sort of seems to be to use bodies to, oh, that's not the direction I want. Ah, okay. There we go. Whew. Ah, how'd you like that ride, Fatso? Okay, so I just didn't appreciate the fact that the bat could smack him across the screen. Anyways, hopefully Vlad is still at the train station. I think my score is getting progressively lower as I go by. That's fine. Alright, underground concert. Big concert headlined by Fixins in an abandoned building. Your ears are bleeding and the beer is flowing. Just watch out for the broken glass. Oh, thank you, T. Clark. Alright, guys. This is probably actually my bedtime. I can't believe I've only been streaming for 2 hours. I'm definitely going to do this game again. They were really patient in me getting to this. Let's do one more level. And I may have to call it a night. But I'll definitely find somebody good to host you. Yeah, Kilgore. I know you stream appallingly late. I wish I could. I just oh, I didn't get the time. I've actually been having some late nights, and I notice I'm not as productive at work, so... but I'm actually... So I know I've been promising a schedule once the move was finished, so I'll probably finalize that this weekend. But right now I'm trying to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of this week, and then I want to have at least one weekend cast. Rizal. So all of you guys must be coming from Kilgore's stream. That's fantastic. I am not nearly as good as a streamer of Kilgore, but you didn't need me to tell you that. But I am a very big admirer of his. I think he's a really fantastic caster. So welcome. You guys have fantastic taste in streams, which is why I will understand if you don't hang around. Aha, so it's true. You're alive and well. Alive? Yeah. Not sure about the well part. It's good to see you, Vlad. We all thought you were dead. And suddenly there's talk of riots in a government prison. People saying some guy broke out in full view of the guards. Yeah, that's right. They locked us up like animals underneath that prison. That's a good point, Kilgore. I'm not the best, I'm just the best available. In a lab that makes crack or something. I don't even know for how long. What happened here? To make a long story short, you disappeared about a month ago, along with the other Roma who came to see you fight. Not long after, those dealers showed up. Got everyone using a messed up new drug. No doubt the same one you're talking about. The timing was just too perfect. Someone had orchestrated the whole thing. Are you not entertained? You're only here for the ASMR? Oh, okay. Well, actually, that's a good point then, Phantom Klepto. Let's do this right then. It gives me a chance to accept Manos, the Hands of Fate from Armor. Actually, I have seen that film, Armor. I am ashamed to admit. That is 3 games that Armor 87 has given us tonight. So again, I've had some very generous hosts from Jesse Quill, Phantom Klepto, Leatu, and Kilgore Trout. And Armor 87 has donated 3 games, Postal, Postal 2, and now Manos, the Hands of Fate. Now, there's a reason why I'm tabbed out, guys. I know you can't see me tabbed out, but we were hearing Phantom Klepto's talking about ASMR, which of course is appropriately titled ASMR. And I think at the very least I can do would be to deliver this dialogue the way that Klepto would like. Where are we? But who? A gang? You kidding? To bankroll a lab under a public facility like that, they'd have to be bigger than some gang. No. This has the Bravda written all over it. Goddamn scum chewing up our country and spitting it out. They control the black market, and they're in the politicians' pockets. No help coming from there. But mark my words, the wheels of the revolution are turning. So I've heard. Planning a few riots? For now, we're just letting them think it's a protest. But the masses will rise up. What with the glorious can of worms you opened in the jail? Look at these people. These families. They've been pushed too far, and they're on the edge. Crime is out of control. Mikhail has always tried to escape the truth, to keep you far away from it. But it's time you join the struggle. Vlad, okay. Sorry, back to normal. Vlad. All I want is to find the people responsible for this and to make them pay. Hey, we have the same enemies. The big shots in the Bravda and the state live in the same wealthy districts. They're the nation's true enemy. We should join together and march on the capital. I'll come along, but once there, we go our separate ways. I'll fight my own battle, the way I see fit. First, let's see if we make it that far. They'll try and break up the demonstration before it starts. In fact, here comes one of their goons now. Alright, let's cut to the chase. You can't be out here. This is a public place. We're just waiting for the train. We're not doing anything illegal. Drop the attitude, Bolshevik. You won't be traveling nowhere today, so grab your shit and go home. You can never stifle our voices. We will stay here and we will get on that train. Always has to be the hard way with you people. Well, an old-fashioned ass-kicking should send you packing. Hey, shithead. You better go check out the camp you're occupying. Looks like your buddy's had a little accident. Who are you? Your mother's ex. Somebody shut this son of a bitch up for me. Oops. Got greedy. Alright, so my favorite combination is to do at least one headbutt and then slam them into the pavement. Let's see if I can do at least one more of that before the night is done. Oh, they block. Okay. So these are guys who you need to use throwing on a little more often. Medium tense music, I agree. Wasn't a perfect escape, but that's enough. Ooh. Whoa! Take a play at that game. Come on. More drugs, please. You'll love the image of the peace sign right behind the street pole. And stay down. So So again, here I'm just trying to use the throws to get them out of the way long enough to extract the Necro. See if we can do something fancy to finish him off. Oops, that was not fancy. Jesus, you're even more impressive than I expected. The revolution needs those skills. You can't turn your back on it. I'll say it again, Vlad. I feel the same way. But you won't like my methods. I'm really just looking for payback. We'll join up one way or another. Let's go. We can talk it over once we reach the capital. If you want to improve your score, vary your moves. In the gutter 13 years, shedding all these lonely tears. Mother Russia, she taunts and she sneers. We ain't gonna live in, give in to our fears. You know what really grinds my gears? Okay. I can't do that anymore. I can't live off nothing but beers. Yeah, you can't get nutrition from beer. You just rhyme beers with beers. I need booze money. Do I hear volunteers? Ah! Spare a coin, ma'am? Sorry, can I help you? Fuck's sake, don't be such a tightwad. I don't have any cash on me, honest. Maybe you ain't got money, but you're a hooker. Why don't you ditch your kid and come bunk with us? We'll show you a good time. Hey Bozo, you're already assaulting us with that shitty-ass music. Moving on to physical attacks now? Look at you, Mr. Man playing the hero. This isn't some... sorry, I can't burp on command. This isn't a movie or some crap. So you're gonna shut your damn... You're gonna... Shut the fuck up, okay? Hey, SLF! Good to see you again. Guys, I was mentioning Callie Cakes and her mods. SLF is the one who brought her into contact with this stream, so thanks a lot. And give me your money. You're gonna watch what you say next, you drunk fuck. Because I'm a little on edge. Now pack up your stuff and take a hike before things get nasty. Whoa! Nice little surprise. Oops. Okay. More drugs, please. Oh. What the hell's happening on my train? There's trouble, boys. Get out the tear gas. Now this is gonna get interesting. I love the sound design for attacking with the accordion. Ow. So one thing I'm sort of thinking about this game is it actually makes sense to have two shots of Necro rather than a full quantity, and I think it's just because it's a little easier to take advantage of the extraction. There's a lot of wasted opportunities I've had just because I'm not quick enough on on injecting and extracting. Oh, damn it. Guy's got some really strong forearms. Still got clobbered, but there you have it. I cannot stress how important dodging is in this game. Do as I say, not as I do. Cecil, have you heard of this game before, Mother Russia Bleeds? Extraction. This is like, here we just got full health and we still have enough to basically extract from the next target of opportunity. Yes! I love this game! Kite, how the hell are you, my friend? I'm gonna need a minute to properly shout out Kite, but Kite and I used to be on a team together, and I always still love shouting him out. I know, so you guys may have noticed that shoutouts are a little bit of an institution here. I don't shout out people who I don't watch myself, so don't think it's a shill thing. I'm very happy to shout out worthy streamers. The reason I would want to draw your attention to Kite is that he is somebody I've actually struggled to do co-op casts well, maybe with the exception of Jesse Quill. And Kite, in addition to being one of the kindest streamers I know, one of the people who has supported a lot of streamers who I'm very fond of myself, has really mastered the co-op cast to a level that he really can make whoever he's streaming with look great. And I don't tell this anecdote too much because it's kind of nasty. Like, I'm not going to say who it was, but there was actually somebody who invited me to co-cast, and I found it very difficult to stream with them. Kite made it look like a breeze. He always, you know, communicates that love of the game, but also just the level of humanity that he has. And that kindness that he shows absolutely comes through on his cast. And again, he plays a lot of multiplayer games and he does a lot of co-op, and you can really get this very sensitive individual, and I really like shouting him out for those qualities. So thank you very much for shouting him out there, T. Clark. But yeah, definitely a guy worth checking him out. Thank you so much, Kilgore. I hope you're not... Well, I was going to say, I know you won't be disappointed with these folks, but I certainly hope it's something that works well for you. And yeah, actually, I was going to say, because certainly I've gotten a lot of views from your end. And I apologize, guys. I know there were a couple of follows which I didn't say thank you to. I try to do my best on that, but I'm getting used to the audio levels again. So if I missed you, please don't take that personally. I definitely appreciate the support that I get. But I think the best thing that a streamer can really ask for is the chance, right? For somebody to watch, you know, just an opportunity to entertain you. And you can't be everything to everyone. But I think the best thing that a streamer can ask for is a chance to watch them out. So when you guys actually check out the streamers that I recommend, that means a lot, and I'm sure they appreciate it too. All right, should we initiate a meeting? Sorry, should we initiate a remote shutdown? Hello? Hello? Shit, they got hold of this walkie-talkie, or they get hold of this walkie-talkie, we're screwed. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I think we're done. This is dispatch. Should we initiate a remote shutdown? Hello? Hello? Yeah. Follow all the things, that's your model. I mean, they're free, but I think I can make a stronger case than just a follow is free. These are definitely people who I have a great admiration for. There's a lot that I can learn from pretty much everybody who I've shouted out. Well, that was stupid of me. Hello, Melee Mage. Kite, one thing that might interest you about Kilgore as well, and I don't know if this is modesty or just the fact that his stream is more focused to his gaming interest, but Kilgore is also a musician. I've not had the pleasure of hearing any of his playing, but I hope that's just a matter of time. Gotta keep my hands on that walkie-talkie. Everything else, I mean, health at this point is just a resource that I use to make sure that I keep the walkie out of the hands of the bad guys, or the good guys for that. I don't know morality anymore. We found about Kilgore during the summer sale. Oh, was that because I remember they were doing a streaming thing for the summer sale? That must have been really good for raising the profile of the team. I think the GOG team is a really outstanding one. I know Pyron Jade was sort of the ambassador in my case. She sort of came to my stream and was really friendly, and she actually hosted me from the GOG. GOG account. I was playing one of the few GOG games I owned at the time. Followed her, saw her stream. Ah, not you again! God, what the fuck do you want from me? Get out of my head! But yeah, I mean, once I started watching that channel, I pretty much just followed everybody that I saw in there. They're a really, really talented group of casters. In addition to being associated with a site that I really like. I mean, now I really do sound like a show. This is not paid for or in any way endorsed by GOG.com. But to me, they're doing a much better job in terms of their digital storefront than the alternatives. So, yeah, I know Kilgore. Pyron has mentioned that before. The big thing for me is I know I can say very easily that it's the GOG version, but I really don't like doing that. So I do have some GOG stuff which I'm going to be playing eventually, and I'm happy to do that. But I know you know I should play by the same rules that everybody else does. I think the least I can do is direct people to the place I would have bought it had I bought this game on my own. So yeah, DRM free is one of the reasons I first actually went to the first reason I went to GOG.com. Alright, Kite, so what's the story behind this game besides you just kicking everybody's butt? So I'm not 100% sure, Kite. I think this is taking place in an alternate history for the Soviet Union, where it seems like criminal elements are slowly taking over the country. You've been kidnapped and injected with this drug called Necro, which in this case has healing properties as well as making you a little bit berserk. But the game is largely built around you beating people up in a succession of increasingly impressive set pieces. Rizal, after watching him, you started streaming on your own. You beat one game so far on stream and have just traded your gaming laptop for a desktop, so you have a better setup for streaming. Actually, Rizal, that's a very similar story to mine. I was streaming on a Mac laptop, and people were very generous with their donations, and so it didn't pay for the computer, but it kind of took me from buying like a good component to a best-of-class component. So I actually really owe it to the viewers for the setup that I have right now. Are you alright? You scare me half to death. This isn't the best time to be passing out either. So I've got good news and bad news. Good news is we took control of the train. You didn't say what the bad news was. One drugs, please. Oh, more, more rifle fire. Or potential rifle fire. It seems like they're not making the most of it. Did I mention it's really fun to throw people on the ground and beat them up in this game? So, Kite, what you're seeing me do here is one of the interesting mechanics in this game is you can extract Necro from people. Yikes! Thank you very much for that. Follow there, Jace. So as you can see here, you can extract it from the enemies. He's friendly. No, they've got to be state. You dumb bastards. Woo! I really want to throw that. I don't quite know the timing on it yet. Oh boy! You wish you like doing that to the dogs? It's especially satisfying when you do that to the dogs. And I am not somebody who doesn't like dogs. Like, that's just... the game's savagery is just such an appeal. I was not paying attention at all. So again, another case where the dodge... Ah! Okay, I gotta jump. Also, I really gotta find out how you do this, taunt thing. Ah, that's how. That's disgusting. Alright, let me just catch up. One day you'll own into the desktop. One day you'll go to bed on time. Both of these are not in the near future. 10 p.m. to 4. Actually, you know, Kelgor, I never knew your schedule. I just got the notification when you went online. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Fridays. Yes, Phantom Klepto, he just did. Yeah, Jace, it's actually, so there's, like, the third level, I think, is a prison riot. It's a really neat little dynamic. Way to go, man, I can't believe you held out like that. The entire army will be ready and waiting for us. So we're gonna stop this train a few miles out of the city. By the way, guys, if you want to know how to poop in your hand and throw it at the enemy, like Boris here, you push down on the right bumper in my case. Keep patrolling around here. They probably won't stop sending guys after us. So hang in there. We're gonna make it. All right, you hang in there too. Oops, well, that's what I get for trying to taunt. Run! No, nope. I think they're throwing the grenades a little more rapidly, so I gotta keep an eye on things. I also love, like, I mean, Boris is clearly the most inelegant out of the whole group. I really love the fact that he just injects the stuff straight into his head. Combo is going to be amazing. Mother Russia Bleeds, ladies and gentlemen. Available for less than $20 on GOG.com. Deluxe edition gives you a second copy for your friends. Well, I had like a million years to prepare for that. I still got it. Ah! I really want to get the extraction. I think there's going to be a whole lot left after all. Yeah. That'll work. Or not. Getting close to the city now. Vlad should really stop the train and get everybody off. Ooh. That makes things a little trickier. That makes things a lot trickier, so I gotta watch for the rattling tracks. Is that a Viking? Is that preparing for Eiter? Alright, enough of avoid projectiles shamelessly grab them in the air, but be careful, you need the right timing. Double or oh! Man, that'd be really badass if I could grab something in midair and throw it back at him. Good at fighting hobos, it seems. Run! I'm very very good at catching syringes, just not with my hand. Right, they're getting a lot smarter. So let's cluster them all up. Alright, progress of a kind. But I died. Tired of wasting time waiting for enemies or hitting them off screen, a good slide tackle would bring them back to the stage. I don't quite understand how that works, but... I gotta learn the timings on that a little bit better. So, run! Maybe I can just kick them all. Yeah, there we go. See, he lived. Oh, I'm fucked. Or not. Alright. Now we have a slightly manageable number of enemies. Oh. I really need to extract. I'm pretty sure this is the boss fight, so... Okay, somebody grab a fly swatter. Cute. But you're the pest here. Hey! Watch out, that guy's got night vision goggles. Oh, so you know what? The mechanic's probably going to be pulling out the power. Try throwing these flash grenades at him. Childish. Since you're nothing but rebellious kitties, I'll have to give you a good thrashing and put you to bed. Oh. Let's wait till they're on. There we go. So yeah, we gotta use the flashbangs to... Oh wow, I didn't know... This one's mechanic kind of, I think, is fairly intuitive. But they definitely made this guy pretty strong to compensate. Holy shit, we got him. Well then, this is where we part ways. You literally saved the revolution. I don't know how to thank you. How about telling me how to track down the Bravda? There's a private club downtown. Neon lights and two big statues out front. You can't miss it. It's apparently owned by the Bravda's top brass, and rumor is they throw some really weird parties. Well then I crash their little party. I guarantee it'll be a night to remember. Hey, don't play around. These guys are dangerous, not to mention twisted. I don't know what you'll find there, but prepare for the worst. And remember to meet us at the main square afterward. That's where the revolution begins. We have a lot of work to do yet. Good luck, comrade. Time to dance. Certainly not short on kills. All right. So guys, I know this is a little short for my cast, and certainly I will be doing, I'll certainly be doing more Mother Russia Bleeds. I might even try this tomorrow, actually. I really like this game. But I definitely need to be responsible to my employer and make sure I get a good night's sleep tonight. But yeah, this is Mother Russia Bleeds. Let's get those links in here. So this is the dealer edition. If you think you know somebody who would like this game, if you really like the soundtrack, if you want to support the developer more, that is the edition that you can get, which has a second copy of the game, the soundtrack, as well as a making of documentary. If you just want the base game, currently I'm Canadian, so $16.79 Canadian. Again, 10% off on GOG, so I think it's a good time to pick it up. I'm very satisfied by it. I was really attracted to the the aesthetic. I know the trailer, just with its level of violence, really got my attention. But the gameplay, despite the fact that the game is so simple, the gameplay is actually quite diverse, and I think you guys got to see a little bit on display. Depending on your play style, I think different enemies are going to be, are actually going to represent different kinds of challenges. So like, I obviously got quite stuck on the level where you're kind of up against like a combine or something like that. Whereas the night vision goggle guy more or less had that mechanic figured out right away. So I think it's got a little something for everybody in there. Certainly if you don't like the retro style, or if you don't like, let's say if you don't like, how do I put it? If you don't like, I don't know, like if you, a side-scroller beater up, or I mean obviously if you just don't like violence, I think the game may not be for you, but certainly I think the game has enough for retro fans. They probably already see it on their radar. It's definitely going to scratch the itch for people who like, was it Streets of Rage and Double Dragon, Battletoads. I like to think of Golden Axe as something in this vein. And I also think, you know, people who like, I don't know, people who like something a little original, people who like, you know, like good-looking games, especially people who appreciate, you know, the fine-tuning and kind of making the most out of a simple set of mechanics. I think there's quite a bit to enjoy out of that. So I hope you guys like it as much as I do. Yeah. Before I head off for the night, I also want to take a minute to thank Leah2, Jesse Quill, Kilgore Trout, and I believe Phantom Klepto also hosted us tonight. There's also a lot of people who followed. I hope I thanked you all individually. For those of you who I didn't, I really do appreciate the support. We did actually hit a new milestone, hitting 1,200 follows. So especially after having almost over a month, where I could not stream due to the move, it really means a lot to have that kind of support. So again, thanks a lot, guys. You're off to play KOTOR 2. Have a good night. Thank you very much, Mr. Franz, Kilgore Trout, Rizal. You're all, I really appreciate all of that. I do see some bodies falling out, so again, I'd love it if you guys could hang around and host. Let me just take a quick second to see what's going on in Twitch. Well, guys, I've got two options here. I've got Kitch22, who I know... Actually, you know what? I really love hosting Cali Cakes, but Kitch is actually streaming a game which looks a little similar to Mother Russia Bleeds. So Kitch is I'd like to say a friend of mine, very, very good streamer, recently partnered. So how about we drop a raid on him? All right, so there's Kitch22. Feel free to copy and paste. We're tired of System Talk. Heard this place was better, and stop by. He's a really good caster. He's Australian, now lives in Japan. Really, really energetic guy. definitely much better at interactivity on classic games like this. So this is a game, I think definitely if you like games of this style, Kitsch is definitely the guy to watch out for this. So I'm definitely going to be hanging out there for a few minutes. I'd love it if you guys could come along with me. If not, have a great evening. I hope you guys find what you're looking for on Twitch or wherever else you head. But that's it for tonight, and I will see you guys Friday at the very least. I'll maybe try and do this tomorrow because I really like this game. Have a good one, guys.